Hello, Crowd Dog here today. Going to do an unboxing for the Blue Yeti USB microphone. Let's get started. So this is the Blue Yeti. It's actually just the box so far. But it's a professional USB microphone. Has a mute button, master volume, headphone output, so you can connect some earbuds or headphone to listen directly from the mic. Has a USB jack. There's a mic stand, so you can attach this to a microphone stand or a boom or a scissor boom. Has that capability. Custom bass. Triple capsule, mic gain control. Has a 4-polar pattern selector, stereo, cardioid, omnidirectional, and bidirectional. Overall, it's like a really nice microphone. I have used the blue microphones before. I have a blue snowflake. I'm sorry, a blue snowball microphone that if you've been watching my channel for a while, you may have seen the other video I done on that one. It's been a while back. So this one I got a really good deal, the Yeti, and so you can never have too many microphones, especially if you're doing videos and whatnot. So this just shows the different purposes for each setting. So for stereo, you can use it for vocals, choir, instruments. Cardioid would be used for podcasts, voiceovers, vocals. Omnidirectional would be good for conference calls, field recordings, or events, orchestras. And then bidirectional would be used for interviews, instruments, and vocal duets. So a lot of really good uses for the Blue Yeti USB microphone. Let's turn it on its button, look at some system requirements. So it works with a Mac OS X 10.4.11 or higher with 64 megabytes of RAM minimum. Windows 8, 7, XP with at least 64 megabytes of RAM. And see what else we got here: 2-year limited warranty. And a nice little Yeti. Alright, let's open the box. I like all those little Yeti characters on the box. Those are pretty cool. Very nice. Okay. See if I can. Recording this with my iPhone just because it's handy. But I really need to get a tripod for it. Kind of a tight fit there. This, I think I might need to lay it on its side. It's a box within a box. Who would have thunk it? Okay. So this one's got tape. Let me get my trusty scissors. Let me open the box. Okay, so I've got the box open. We've got USB cord plugs into the microphone and your computer. So like we've got a manual. Ooh, nice little Yetis. So there's the Yeti. It's pretty big. It's heavy too. Let me see if I can get that thing out of there. So there it is, out of the box. Let's take the styrofoam backing off of it. Put that aside for now. Let's focus on the microphone. So that is a very well made, heavy duty, professional quality. I mean, this is some, very well made piece of equipment here. I mean, this is no toy. It's probably weighs 5 or 6 pounds. Let's look at some of the controls. Maybe this is the gain and the polar pattern selector. Then on the other side, it's kind of a tight little, let me see if I can loosen that up. So you can adjust it very easily with these knobs on the side here. You just loosen them up and it spins very freely. Look at the bottom. See if I can get some light on it. So we've got USB input, the headphone input, and the mic stand input in the middle there. Flip it around. So we've got the mute button on the front facing and the volume button for the headphones. Very nice. Yeah, this is to me, it's a very high quality product. Haven't used it yet, but if it's anything like the Blue Snowball, it's very well made and a very good product and very good high quality recordings. A lot of my videos are done using the Blue Snowball, and soon I'll start using the Blue Yeti. So this is a comparison of the Blue Snowball on the right here and the Blue Yeti. Started to bring this out and do it side by side. Comparison of both, the good quality microphones as far as the build feels like. This is very nice and sturdy. Same as this one. They were both, you can hook them to a microphone stand. I'm thinking a lot of the weight on this one comes from the base. I'm going to take this off the base and see what the weight difference is. So I removed the Yeti microphone from the base, and I was right. The microphone by itself is not that heavy. It's probably about maybe a pound and a half. The base is where all the weight is. So I'm just going to lay this down. And the base is where the majority of the weight from the microphone comes from. And if I get a boom, then I won't be using the base very much, so that'll be pretty cool. One thing to note, if you're going to take these little pins, knobs off the side, the adjusters, there are some things that are attached to it, like these washers are on each of those, and these little washers here are on the inside right here, and they keep a tight fit for the Blue Yeti. So just be careful when you're taking those off, because they will go flying. This one actually flew off on the floor, so it has two, one on each side. There's the other one for that knob. So just something I noticed as I was taking it apart. If you remove the Blue Yeti microphone from its base, then when you're putting it back on, you want to make sure that you put the washers on the inside together with the knob. There's a rubber washer in the middle that holds the knob screw in there, because if you try to put one side in at a time, you're going to run into some trouble trying to line the other washer up on the other side. So just something I've encountered while putting the Blue Yeti microphone back on its base. The USB cable is about 10 feet long, so it's really long. So you've got plenty enough cable to connect to a microphone stand. So that's really nice to have. I like long cables. I'd rather have a long cable than a short cable. So very nice. If you have a blue snowball microphone and you're upgrading to the Blue Yeti, then I thought maybe I could reuse a USB cable that came with the blue snowball, but they are actually two different styles, so that will not work. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this model of the Blue Yeti microphone is the blackout version. There are several different models or colors, and this one is the blackout version. They also have a black, a silver, and I believe there is a chrome, but I'm not positive on that one. But here is the blackout version. Also, another note about when you're connecting this to your USB port on your computer, you want to connect it straight into a USB slot that's on the computer itself and not on a hub or some kind of repeater for the USB devices. You want to make sure this is connected straight onto the computer so that it's getting the power from the USB boards, because this is going to need all the power it can get to function properly. So that's recommended by the manufacturer. Just thought I'd point that out as well. So I'm going to show you how to install the Blue Yeti or set it up on Mac OS X, which is what I'm using. It's going to be a little different on a Windows machine. So I'm just going to show you on the Mac. So we want to go first into System Preferences. Then we want to go into Sound, and then the Input tab, and then we want to make sure that we have selected for input is the Yeti microphone. And then you can see down here at the bottom where the input volume is actually recording right now, so we can adjust that as we need to. I'm going to leave it where it's at. That's a good setting, because you can adjust the gain on the Yeti microphone yourself, and I'm going to show you something about that as well. So first thing you want to do is make sure that you have your Yeti microphone set up and selected in the input device section under sound. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to use Audacity to do some examples of sound recording through the Yeti, and here's the Yeti right here. Right in front of me. It's huge on the desk. It doesn't take up quite as much space as the Snowball, because the Snowball had the tripod kind of legs. This is just a round base, takes up a little bit less space. So let's go into Audacity, which I already have running, and we'll just start a new recording. And you want to make sure that under your input that you have Yeti also selected, or you're not going to be able to record in Audacity. So what I've got the microphone set to now is I've got the gain all the way down, which is a good setting, and I'll show you some different examples of that by adjusting the gain volume control as I'm recording. So there's 4 different polar patterns. We have cardioid, stereo, bidirectional, and omnidirectional. So we'll start out with the first one, which I think is stereo. Haven't looked at the back but we'll go through each one. So we'll just set up a new recording. So we'll start, and this is on um, the lowest gain control, or gain setting. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. And we'll play some of that back. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. Now we'll mute that track and do another one. And I'll change the polar pattern setting. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. So you can see I'm not right up on the microphone. I'm about a good 10 inches away, I would say. And it's picking up my voice just fine on the very lowest gain setting on the microphone. So let's do a playback. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. Let's mute that track. Let's do another one. I'm going to change the polar pattern to the third one. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. Let's play it back. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. And then the last polar pattern. We'll go ahead and mute this track as well. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. So you can see each polar pattern is good. There are some differences that are probably not going to show up in this recording, but you'd have to have a lot of different variables as far as to fully test the microphone out, as far as omnidirectional, bidirectional, stereo, and cardioid. Now I'm going to show you the differences in the gain control. You don't want to use a whole lot of gain on this microphone. I've got it all the way down to the very lowest setting, and we'll see how that goes. Let me start a new recording. Okay, I got it, and I'll adjust the volume as I'm recording. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. Now this is about a quarter turn. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. I'll go about halfway. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. And I'll go all the way up. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. And back down. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. Now you can see by looking at the waveforms that as I adjusted the gain volume up, the waveform got bigger. So that's a good indicator that it's a very sensitive microphone, so you don't need a whole lot of gain. So let's play it back. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. Now this is about a quarter turn. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. I'll go about halfway. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. And I'll go all the way up. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. And back down. This is a test of the Blue Yeti microphone. So see how the volume adjusted just based on the gain knob. So I leave mine all the way down. If you have it all the way up, you're going to pick up a lot of other stuff in the background that you may not want audible on your recordings. So just kind of play with it, see what works best for you, and that would be the best thing to do, and that would be what I would recommend. Don't think I'm going to test the headphones section or piece of this. I'm going to check out the mute functionality, so let me go here and mute this last one. We'll do a recording and we'll mute it and see if it stops picking up. This is a test of the and now we're back off of mute. So mute works very well. Very quick test. Alright, let's play it back. This is a test of the, let's hit the mute button. So all in all, and now we're back off of mute. So mute works very well. Very quick test. So all in all, I would say that the Blue Yeti microphone is a very good mic to use. If you're a beginner, it's probably a very good mic to use. If you're an intermediate or advanced person in recording stuff and using microphones, I'm very pleased with this microphone. It's well worth the money. I got a pretty good price on it, and it's a very good microphone, and it's less than $100. So if you're interested, or if you're looking for a microphone to use for podcasting, recording instruments, or whatever, this one would be a good choice. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, leave those below, and have an awesome day.